Hi everybody, so I wanted to take a moment to read this book to you. This book, The Day You Begin, by Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by Rafael López, is a story about somebody who is starting to begin. So I want you to take a moment to think about what it was like the first day you came to school and how you might have felt like, or any time you went somewhere and you didn't look like you belonged, or you didn't feel like you belonged. I want you to think about a moment when you might have felt different, where you might have felt like somebody would think that there was something strange about you. So take a moment to do that. So as you take a moment to reflect, to think about your own experience, this story is called The Day You Begin. The day you begin. As you're reading, maybe you can make a connection to one or some of the characters in this story. Like I see that this character, she really likes to read. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Think about how that must make you feel. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. Think about how this character feels now. There will be times when no one understands the way the words curl from your mouth, the way that you're speaking, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, because other people don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Think about how this character feels when people don't understand. Think about how you would feel if you felt like other people didn't understand you. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming in the first bright notes of a song. Look at how the character feels in this moment, when he feels validated, when he feels like he's being heard and noticed. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, your voice is now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. And this is what some of your classmates might say. "We went to France," Chayla says. "These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile, they look like they will turn to dust." In your own untraveled hands. "My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina," each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels go on and on. Take a moment to think about what this character might be thinking. And as you stand in front of that room, of the classroom, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your day spent at home taking care of your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember how during the summer, the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room, where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. So learners, think about, maybe this never happened to you. And maybe there was a time when you felt like one of these students, where you felt like, that person is eating something I've never seen before. When even your friend Nadia will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath, under the meat and the kimchi. And you'll wonder, why doesn't she remember that rice is the most popular food in the world? There will be times when the climbing bars are too high. The run is too fast and far. The game isn't one that you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. Learners, think about how you might feel if you heard somebody say that about you. If somebody said, "Oh, I don't want you on our team." If somebody said, "Oh, you can watch, but not play." If somebody said, "You can have a turn later." There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. Think about how you might feel if you were this character. Think about how you might feel if you were these characters. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady, strong as steel, and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister. You tell the class your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was as if we got to go everywhere just from reading these books. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. Learners, think about how it makes you feel when you feel like the people around you make you feel included. This is the day you begin to find the places inside, your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you, and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. Okay, so this story was The Day You Begin, and I hope that you can take a moment to think about how the characters feel in the beginning when they might have been a little nervous about sharing their story, about sharing and talking, and how it might feel when you can finally start to share your stories and when we can start to make connection to each other. Thanks for reading along with me.